Hello, you're welcome back to Project Management Demystified. Right, so we're still answering the interview question. Tell me about yourself, and we're going into skills and experience. So we've covered education, and we started covering skills and some of the experience based on the job description. So this is episode 6 of answering that question. So in this episode, let's try to talk about the project life cycle or development life cycle or the agile life cycle. So in the Morgan Stanley role that I posted earlier, it was speaking about the different project or agile project life cycle. So I think it was planning, development. So development will include design, build, and then testing and deployment or delivery into live environment. So based on the NHS project, hypothetical project that we spoke about, so how can we weave that into this job description? So we're in the interview, we've had an experience from that project, and we want to try to bring it in. So this role is a business analyst role. So we'll be thinking from the perspective of what a business analyst will be doing in the project life cycle. So, and if it's not a business analyst role, if it wasn't a business analyst role, so you'd have to be thinking about what a project manager will be doing in the business, in the agile project life cycle or the project life cycle. So regardless of the role, you just have to imagine and slot yourself into what you'll be doing in that role. So there's a lot of information in a lot of places. So you can get cues from the internet, from different places. So let's take one for example. So based on the project that we've worked on, we've completed, how did the business analyst contribute to planning? So for you to plan what you want to do, you need to understand your current state. And somewhere in the job description, it mentioned understanding the current state and the future state. So you'd have done some form of gap analysis, which kind of documents where we currently are and compare it to where we want to be. So what does good look like? Where is that ideal state that we want to get to? And then identify the gaps. So the gaps will be like, what are the things we need to do to move from point A to point B? So that's where the work is. What are the things we need to do to move from where we currently are? What are the stepping stones? What are the things we need to do to get to that future state? So the business analyst would help document that, work with different stakeholders. It could be through workshops, questionnaire, sitting down with teams to understand where they are. Another thing, so that's for the maybe like the analysis or the planning stage. In terms of design, build and develop, in terms of design, build and develop. So because the business analysts now understand the difference from where we are to where we want to go, the business analyst can now work with maybe infrastructure stakeholders or the software developers to design, or the solution architects to design the ideal future state. So they work together to design that. And then in terms of building, developing the solution, the business analyst will just be engaging with the different stakeholders to ensure that the things that we plan to do are the things that we are doing. The things that we plan to do are the things that we're doing, that we're not deviating from what we plan to do. And so the business analyst will be looking at it from like a product point of view, while if it was a project manager, the project manager will be looking at it from the overall objective of the project. So let's take this role, for instance, centralized projecting. Maybe one business analyst might be looking at one work stream, one department, and the project manager, or maybe a release train engineer or a program manager, is looking at the whole project. So a program manager or release train engineer will be looking at different agile release trains and how he or she will be managing the dependencies across the different teams. Whereas a business analyst might be just focused on one team, or if the business analyst is supporting multiple teams, the business analyst will kind of make that awareness, bring that to life in the interview, that he or she was managing multiple teams and how he or she has been able to juggle the requirements of the different teams and monitor them to ensure that it is what we plan to do that we're doing. Maybe in the next episode I will talk about testing and deployment, or delivery, whatever you call it. I'll leave it there for today, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.